9/11, I was in an airplane. As we were boarding the plane itself to go to Bali, there was a cart with newspapers on it. I wasn't aware of how afraid I was or how scared I was. But I also remember the Balinese saying, if a Muslim tries to do anything to an American, they'll get a present, and they would draw their finger across the throat as if to say that they would slit the throat of somebody who tried to harm an American. I felt very safe on the island. I felt taken care of, and I felt very removed. I noticed that when I got back and I looked at my video footage, that I was recording lots and lots of images of animals. I just kept shooting and shooting and shooting and shooting animals. And when I think about those animals, they are not in their natural element, even though they're in a natural habitat. They are outside the food chain. But I think I thought of myself maybe a bit as an animal, being taken care of on Bali and being removed and not knowing what to do and being in shock and thinking, well, maybe life is better here. And I heard there were going to be cockfights in a temple, and I really needed to go and see these. I wanted to be in a man's realm, I think. I wanted to see what that world or what that realm was like. It was sort of contained violence or contained maybe a cathartic release of the part of nature that's fighting, of the part of nature that's murderous, of the part of nature that has the killing instinct. And it's interesting because these men tease it out of these birds, right? It's the bird's nature to want to fight each other, but the men arrange the situation and control the situation. Some of those similarities to thinking about 9/11 and thinking about that attack, religious elements of sacrifice, something very planned, something very violent. You know, a few years later, that cockfight is an icon for me of looking at violence maybe that I didn't get to see because I wasn't in the United States. I needed to, I needed to see it. I didn't have feelings about it at the time. I didn't have judgment or feelings about the birds, about the men. It was sort of fascinating to watch. And capturing that, I'm recreating something fascinating to watch. I don't know, is that all right? Is that what journalists do? Creating something fascinating to watch? I think I feel a kind of disquiet or discomfort at recording that act in retrospect, but maybe it's a sense of ordering the violence or containing it or holding it or not judging it, reflecting it back as a part of life. I don't know, is that all right?